Right. So the the task is to the description. So we've got a range of numbers from start to end, and continuous range of numbers, and we have to count all the digits that were utilized or used by this range. Okay, I've just checked. It looks that my voice is recognizable, so I will continue. So the idea is, I'm wondering if you can hear this. Right. Okay. So the idea is to collect all digits, put them in the separate array by collect from or collect all digits. I mean, create a stream of digits from start to end, then divide each single entity, let's call it this way, and collect digits from that entity and put it into the separate array. Oh, we'll see if it's gonna work or not. Okay. I'm not sure if I need boxed right now. Just a reminder, boxed means to change the primitive value and primitive type of int to the object value integer. Integer will give us extra parameters that we can utilize if we need it. Int is just a primitive int, so it's just a simple value. But yeah, for now, I'll leave it as this. Let me think. So first of all, I'll try to concatenate all numbers. Yeah, that's a good idea. Map to object string value of. So what I'm doing, I'm changing all. So the range closed, maybe I will just add it here. So what the range closed is do. So let's say we've got start as 10 and end as 20. So range closed will give us 10, 11, 12, up to 20. So I'm going to concatenate all these numbers. So we will have a long string like 10, 11, 12, etc., etc. And basically the task is to group all of the single digits and provide what they're asking for as 0, it's 1 is 9. Okay. And at the end we have to provide an array with information like how many was zeros in this range. So like 3, how many ones was in the range, how many twos was in the range. That's the task. As we can see, it's right here. Okay, so first of all, concatenate. So this is why I am creating a range of digits, then I'm changing them to string. Then I want to collect them. So at the end, we've got, maybe I'll do this way. Okay. So here we've got strings as numbers, then I'm concatenating them. So here we will have like 10, 11, 12 as a string. Next thing which I want to do is chars. And now I've got a stream of chars. And now I have to apply the group by, but to apply group by, I have to check my documentation. What is the proper syntax? Because I don't remember all cliches of Java. So what I've got my individual private like a documentation of Java. So group by grouping. Okay, to group by we have to boxed chars because they are, or maybe not. Okay, we'll put it here. So we've got chars. Collectors grouping by but the problem is that chars provides the integer value of single char. So for example, big A, it's got or maybe small 8, I think it's 48. And maybe different example. So for example, 1, it's 48, I believe. I don't know, I would have to check the ASCII. But yeah, that's like basics. So let's check it. Right, so what I've got here, I've got the ASCII table, so digit 1 is 49, or digit 0 is 48. So basically, the chars will provide us int 49 for 1, int 42, 50 for 2, 51 for 3, and we don't want this. We want to have the actual value of that char. So maybe I will do like map to int is the result option. No, we have to change it to chars. Okay, chars, and then map to. Okay, let's map to object. No, we can utilize just simple map. So char char minus 48, I believe. Let's close this. Once again, yes, minus 48. So now I have integers as a stream, like 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, something, 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 and now we want to group it. So grouping I by I, and collectors counting. Collectors counting. Why is it complaining? It could be that I have to box it. Yep. So basically, the collector works on, it doesn't work with primitive values. So this is why from int I have had to cast it to integer, and function boxed does it for us, or do it for us. I think do it. Okay. So next thing is to group it. So what we have here is like we've had a key and a value. So key is like, for example, 0, and the value is the occurrence of that 0 within that range. So let's say 12. Then we've got the 3, and let's say we've got 10. But the question, the task is to put in the array in the order from key 0 to key 9. So we have to sort it by key. I'm wondering if there is such an option. So we've got entry set, and sorted. Yeah, but yeah. So basically we have to sort this collection by key, and I don't know how to do this. Let me check if I've got it in my documentation. No. Okay, I don't know how to sort map, because in fact the collection, the grouping by option creates a map. As you can see, map integer long. Integer is the key, long is the number of occurrences within that the order, or within that range from start to end. So Java, how to order the map by key. So Stack Overflow. Let's see. Tree map? No, I can't use tree map because collectors provides me simple. I don't think we can order map. Okay, this task is something bigger than I thought. Okay. Let's leave it as it is. So this is in fact map of integer long. Yeah, that's correct. What we can do, we can we can create another range, closed. So we are looking for the integer result equals check entry set for each entry set. No, I can't do this like that. Okay, let's create it here. And result and didn't start. No, so we're looking for 10 elements. Why 10? Because we've got 10 digits from 0 to 9. And then for each, so for example, result of no, it doesn't work this way. We have to put range, but we don't know if we okay. So result of entry set get key, okay, equals entry set get value. And why does it should work for each result? Because there is a not an. Okay. What about now? All right, so here we are providing long, but we are looking for an int. Okay, you can convert long to int integer value of. Is this going to solve the issue? No. So we have to cast long to int. And yeah, we can't perform the simple casting. What you can do, it's like a crazy way, like integer parse int. What about now? Yeah, now it works. Why is it complaining? Can be replaced with map for each. Okay. No. Oh, okay, there's a shortcut. So we can directly go to for each if we are working with a map. Okay, so what I did, so basically we've created a list, an array with 10 elements with indexes from 0 to 9. And basically, based on the key, I'm fulfilling the value of each of the elements in the array based on the index, and the index comes from the key, and the key comes from that logic we've created here. And basically, I'm fulfilling it with proper value. So we are returning result. Okay. Okay, that's okay, but this approach is okay, but I would prefer to create it as a single liner. But I don't know how to do this right now, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. But we need a what do we need? Test. Okay, test. Right. I've got a class for testing. I've got plenty of tests here because I'm exercising a lot. So basically, I've got a lot of different functions that I was testing. And basically, my idea was to put them in the single class because I didn't want to create hundreds of classes just for testing, just for exercising Java. So I've got one class for multiple methods and one testing class for the same class. So basically what we are trying to do, so we need to assert array equals, because the array is something that we have to provide. And I've got a ready-made example here. Okay. And what we are comparing? We are comparing CW, and the name of the function is paint. And letterboxes from 125 to 132. Okay, let me see. So basically, if someone is a total beginner, I'm just explaining that this is the way that we can perform the so-called unit tests. And unit test is basically, so within this class we've got a function. So I assume that you guys has got at least some knowledge of how general programming is working, that we can create functions. In this example, within the class, we are not talking about class, we're just talking about simple methods, simple functionalities that we can study. So basically, we've got a function that do something, and then we want to test if our result, if the function provides the proper result. So Java is giving us that opportunity. So basically, we've got like another container that we can do tests, and to do the tests, we have to provide this magic word test, and that comes from some ready-made library. This is like a little bit higher level, so it doesn't matter when it comes from and what it does. The important fact for us is that it allows us to perform tests quite easily. So what we are doing, we are creating some function within the test environment, let's call it this way, and there's already made annotations like assert array equals. That's also a function, but anyway, we can compare. We can check if the array that we are expecting from this function, because we are providing an array as a result, is what we're expecting. And we are expecting that for this range, we will have this answer. So yeah, let's go ahead and test it. Okay, so we've got a proper answer. So basically for range 125, 126, 127, up to 132, we have 1 0, 9 1s, 6 2s, 3 3s, 0 4s, 1 5, 1 6, 1 7, 1 8, and 1 9 digit within that range. And our function does exactly what was asked here. This is a difficult example because it requires a lot, because first of all we have to know what's map, some approach to, we have to know what's array, etc, etc. Okay, let's test it. Yeah, we already tested it, so I think we are fine. What I want to do, okay, yeah, but for me there is a lesson here for as well, because I've got in my documentation, for example, maybe it's not example, it's a real case. I've got map, and I didn't know that we can run for each straight away. So for each, yeah, so, and for each, this is a standard feature in the modern Java. So what it does, that for, as the name says, that this map, which the name is check, consists a lot of elements, and if we want to do with something with that single element, we can just run for each, and then we have the map key and value, and we can do something about this. So for my future reference, I'm just gonna pass it here. Yep. Nice. Okay. And I'm gonna find another task. But before that, I want to test it in some outer source. Before I move forward, so give me a second, and I have to provide connectors. Okay, there's one more thing we can talk about. It's, so as you can see, for this task, I've utilized like a container called map, but to be able to utilize it, I've had to import Java ready built library that provides this container. So this is why I have to import it. Next thing is that, for example, I'm using collectors, which is also a separate class that I've had to import. Range, where's the range? What did you say? Oh, range closed, that's also separate class that I've utilized. And in Java, we have to import it to be able to utilize it. Let's do another map. Map. This is a difficult example. I don't know. I'm gaining these tasks for some source that this should be a simple task, but this wasn't simple. It was like a higher level task. But yeah, I don't know why they've put it as a simple one. But I wonder if there's a one-liner that I can check. Okay, there's much simpler way to do this, just by for loop. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to another task.